Chapter 1, Tuesday, August 10th, 1943, St. Louis, Missouri. Louise is here. A bell jingles above the back door of Harry's diner as Evelyn lunges outside, knocking a war bonds poster from its post in her wake. My new sister! I've always wanted a sister. Can I call you sister? Or sis? Or sissy? Standing on her tiptoes, she lets out a series of high pitched squeals while wrapping her tiny arms around my shoulders, hugging me with more vigor than should be possible for such a petite woman. Just what I need, another sister. One who doesn't even know when to end a hug. I roll my eyes heavenward as blonde victory rolls bob beneath my nose. You must be Evelyn. My voice lands somewhere between polite and unimpressed. Harry, my big brother, gives me a look that reminds me of the promise I made mere minutes ago to be nice to his new bride. Oh, you are funny. Harry, isn't she funny? Harry said you were funny, but I had no idea you'd be such a stitch. Oh, Louise, you and I are going to be the best of friends. Do you like movies? Of course you like movies. Everybody likes movies, unless you haven't seen a movie. Do they have movies in Colorado? Harry clears his throat. Honey, Louise has been on a train for 2 days. Her tiny fingers move as if zipping her lips. At 5 foot 5 inches, I tower over my new sister in law, even though I'm wearing flat Oxfords and she's donning a pair of stylish new spectator pumps. My brother grins at his wife, more impish elf than matronly homemaker. You're going to have plenty of time to get to know one another. Let's go get Lou inside and you can show her the way to the apartment. A rusty hinge squeaks in protest as Harry opens the door and lifts the larger of my two suitcases. I grab the smaller one and follow Evelyn inside as she jabbers on again. The best part about living above a restaurant is that you can always come down for a snack anytime you want. She stops at the bottom of a narrow flight of stairs a few feet inside the back door and lifts her blue eyes, serious as a toothache. And since Harry owns the place, it's not stealing. You can help yourself anytime, day or night. I waste no time correcting her. You mean since you and Harry own this place? Your father is the one who gave Harry the down payment. I'm assuming my brother added your name to the lease for the building, the business license, the bank contracts. I stop. Harry, please tell me you made Evelyn the rightful co owner of this diner. Lou. A siren of warning bellows in his voice. You know that whatever I own is Evelyn's too. Then she should say so, and so should the contracts. I'd be happy to take a look at them. This is 1943, Harry. Women have rights. Oh, you really are a hoot. Evelyn waves a hand in the air, then scrunches up her eyebrows and looks down her nose, lowering her voice to mock mine. This is 1943, Harry. Women have rights, Harry. I turn, jaw clenched, to my brother, who rolls his eyes and nudges me toward the open apartment door at the top of the stairs, mumbling something about two women beneath his breath as we climb. Before Evelyn has a chance to say anything else that might warrant a speech on the changing times or the power of solidarity among women, Harry sets my suitcase down and opens his arms wide. Here we are, home sweet home. Not to be outdone, Evelyn jumps in front of him and shouts, Welcome home! As if I'm a soldier returning from battle. I plaster on a gracious smile, though all my dreams of having a room of my own quickly shatter into 1,000 pieces as I step through the door into the one-room apartment. As I sidestep around Evelyn, my knee collides with the edge of a mustard yellow divan. My bed, no doubt. Talk about adding insult to injury, or the other way around. Harry cringes. Sorry about that. We moved things around to make more room for you. I guess I pushed the divan too close to the door. I appreciate everything you've done. I rub my leg and look around the room, overstuffed with oversized furniture. I know what you're thinking. Evelyn perches herself on a stool by the single window. It's small, but it's going to be just fine. Harry's going to hang a curtain over there by our bed, so we'll all have privacy. The back of the divan folds down into a bed for you, and you can always spend time in the diner at night if Harry and I are up here. Um, there's no kitchen? It's the first thing I can think to say as I push every thought of what she's implying from my head. Harry chuckles. We don't need a kitchen. I cook all our meals downstairs. This arrangement must be very convenient for Evelyn, who doesn't look like she's ever cooked a meal in her life. Though she's too perky for her own good, there is a genuine kindness in her eyes. It's easy to see why Harry likes her, even if she's a bit outspoken. And the wash tub? There's a small washroom off the kitchen. Tub's got a shower on it. Huh, fancy. I pulled a handkerchief from my pocket and wiped my brow. Is it always so sticky here? Harry grins and leans against the open door frame, dabbing his own brow. Been here over a year and still can't get used to it. It's hotter than blazes during the summer, and the air is so thick and wet, you feel like you're breathing in the Mississippi. Then winter rolls around, and you have more snow than we had on the plains. You're gonna love it. With a sales pitch like that, how could I not? Stifling a yawn, I cross the room and look out the open window, which fortunately faces the street, not the alley. Somehow, though, there's not even a hint of a breeze, but the faint smell of fish and coal still make its way up into the apartment. Evelyn leans her head out the window and points to the east. Look, you can see the Mississippi River from here. At night, you can even see the lights blinking on the boats. The diner sits on the corner of Washington Avenue and North 4th Street in a bustling area of the city. Across the street, a couple walks past the butcher shop, a handful of women stand in line at the bakery, and a man ushers his children inside the laundromat. To the west, a soda shop boasts a large war bonds poster, and a woman stands inside the doorway of the pharmacy to its left, fanning herself as she shields her eyes against the afternoon sun. I squeeze Evelyn's hand. This is lovely, and at least I won't have to share a bed with Violet and Aggie anymore. 3 girls in one bed? Evelyn's big blue eyes grow as wide as saucers. Truly? Truly. I bite back a smile, and Aggie kicks like a mule. Harry's lips quirk upward at the mention of our youngest sister, only 6 years old. And how is Shaggy Aggie? Ornery, and mean enough to throw a punch if you call her that. Evelyn's mouth drops open. Does she really hit you? I can't imagine having a sister who hits me. No, but she does kick in her sleep. And you really sleep 3 to a bed? Why would you want to do that? Don't you want your own bed? I squint at her. We don't have much choice. It's either crowd into the house or sleep in the barn. Evelyn gasps. Surely, you're just pulling my leg. Harry warned me that you'd try to pull my leg. I cock my head and angle my eyes at Harry. Have you told Evelyn anything about our family? Jumping to his defense, Evelyn replies before Harry has a chance. Of course he has. He told me all of your names and ages, though I admit I don't remember them all, and I know some of you were born in Indiana before you moved to Colorado. Illinois, Harry and I say in unison. Evelyn shrugs. Same thing, and I know your daddy died a few years ago and that you were going to be a lawyer. Legal secretary. She shrugs again. And she pauses, tapping her lip. Well, that might be all I know. Someone calls Evelyn's name from the street. She gives a quick wave, then shifts her attention back to me. 3 girls in one bed? Really? For someone so feather-headed, Evelyn has a charm that really is hard to resist. My stomach rumbles with hunger as I nod. Yes, really. When we were little, Mother wedged an ironing board into our straw mattress to separate us so we wouldn't fight all night. Evelyn's giggles fill a tiny hole in my heart that I had not yet admitted was there. She's not Christina or Violet or Etta or Helen or Irene or Aggie, but she'll do. I really appreciate you letting me stay here. I know it's not ideal for newlyweds to have someone living with them. Ideal? Harry tosses his hat onto their bed. It's not ideal for my sister to have to move from Colorado to St. Louis just to earn money. It's not ideal that you have to send your earnings back home to support our family. But here you are, doing it without a complaint. Always the responsible one. A knot twists around itself in my belly at his misplaced accolades. I'm 23 now, practically a spinster. If I'm not going to manage my own home, the least I can do is help Mother manage hers. Evelyn shakes her finger at Harry for rolling his eyes at me. Couldn't you find work in Colorado? Surely they have jobs there. The nearest town is Hugo, and there's no money to be made there. Waiting tables at the Graymont wasn't paying the bills. Besides, I've wanted to visit St. Louis ever since Uncle Babe showed me that postcard when I was a little girl. Now I get to live here. Harry's eyes soften and look right through my forced optimism. Sometimes I hate how easy it is for him to read me. He's only a year older than me, but he might as well be my twin. We seem to always know what the other is thinking. We're both tall and thin, and unfortunately for me, I look just like him. Evelyn sits back on her stool and fidgets with the hem of her skirt. What about Denver? Weren't you going to move to Denver when you graduated high school? I never graduated from high school. Daddy said you don't need to graduate just to get married, but you graduated so you could become a lawyer. Why aren't you a lawyer? My brother sighs, though he's clearly amused. Legal secretary. Somehow, the double twisted knot in my belly finds room to do a flip flop. That's a story for another day. Now I'm the one fidgeting, plucking an invisible speck of lint from my trousers. Denver holds too many bad memories, and they're all of my own making. Besides, I don't know anyone in Denver, but now I have you and Harry to look after me here in St. Louis. Evelyn beams like a proud big sister, even though she's 4 years my junior. Lowering himself onto the divan, Harry stretches his long legs in front of him. Though the Coulter family is a tall lot, so far he's the only one who's reached Daddy's height. Eugene is full grown at 20, but William and Joseph still have a few years of growing to do if they want to catch up with our oldest brother. Harry pats the yellow upholstery, motioning for me to sit beside him. We're glad you're here. We needed a new waitress anyway, so the position is yours. I appreciate the job, but I'm hoping to wait tables here at night and find a law office to work for during the day. 2 jobs? Evelyn looks completely bewildered. That's a lot of work. Harry, isn't that too much work? I draw in a deep breath before releasing it. Evelyn, do you know what the Homestead Act is? I'm met with a blank stare. I shake my head at Harry, then offer Evelyn a soft smile. We moved from Illinois to Colorado because the government was offering folks the opportunity to file a claim for free land. Mother and Daddy got 180 acres of prairie, and Daddy built our house with his own 2 hands. Evelyn blinks, surprise sweeping across her delicate features. That's a lot of land. Why aren't you rich? She really is amusing. We're not rich because homesteading on the Eastern Plains is hard work. The land is dry, the winters are brutal, farming's hard. But we worked together as a family and we did it. We're still doing it. Evelyn's perfectly coiffed hair bounces as she nods, so I continue. We've had a drought the past few years, causing many of our crops to die. Livestock, too. And that's what we rely on to survive. If we can't help Mother pay off the debts we've accrued, she's going to have to sell the farm, break up the family, send the young ones to live with different relatives. Oh, that's so sad. Evelyn's big soft eyes glisten with what I take for sincerity, and I glimpse the part of her Harry must love the most. I meet her gaze and hold it. It's very sad. That's why I'm here. Why Harry's here. I spear my brother with a glance, though he's clearly been sidetracked. Harry folds his thick arms across his chest. Lou, that's not fair. I hold up a hand. We're not having that conversation right now, but we will. I smooth my sleeve. For now, I'd like to just get settled and prepare for the dinner rush. My brother huffs a laugh. You're taking the dinner rush? Don't you want to rest? There's no time. Mother and the younger ones are counting on me. On us. Evelyn leans toward Harry. You're right. She's so serious. Is she always this serious? Harry checks his watch and nods. I better head back to the kitchen before Lydia comes looking for me. She's our day shift waitress. Are you two good? I lean my head against his shoulder. I really am glad to be here, Harry. We'll be right down. Good. At least let me make you something to eat before you start waiting tables. I can't have you collapsing your first day on the job. I bite my lower lip and smile. A BLT? On dark toast? The darker the better. Evelyn scrunches up her nose. You eat it that way? On purpose? Harry chuckles, then kisses Evelyn on the cheek before making his way to the stairs. Honey, show Lou where she can put her things, and make sure you tell her about the doors. I look around the room. There's only the door to the stairs and a small door that looks to be a closet. What about the doors? Oh, yes, the doors. Evelyn plops herself down on the divan beside me, where Harry had been sitting. She reaches for a magazine from the tiny table in the corner, flips it open, and crosses her legs. Her lips begin moving slowly as she reads the article on the first page. I puff out my cheeks with air to stop myself from saying what I'm thinking. Evelyn, the doors? Oh, yes. She closes the magazine. We have to keep them open. Why's that? Because I can't sleep with the doors closed. I open my mouth, but don't know what to say, so I close it again. Evelyn opens the magazine and mumbles each word as she continues reading. I try again. What do you mean you can't sleep with the doors closed? She shrugs, not moving her eyes from the page. I mean, if doors are closed, I can't sleep. My right eye begins to twitch, and I don't know if it's from spending 2 days on a train or 20 minutes with Evelyn, but I'm inclined to believe it's the latter.